We welcome you all to The Beat. Inside 12-man studios, I'm Will Johnson. Texas A&M men's basketball, 2 games last week to close out the regular season. They defeated Auburn on the Plains on Tuesday, and that meant back home Saturday versus the Vanderbilt Commodores. Just about everything was at stake. If the Aggies were victorious, they would claim their first conference championship in 3 decades. Texas A&M had played its way back into net-cutting contention on the last day of the regular season. A historic opportunity stood in front of them. Championship Saturday was finally here. The Vandy Commodores were riding in on a wave of momentum themselves, winners of 4 straight. They'd present a tough matchup for the Aggies. On Senior Day, the group playing their last game inside Reed were hoping to hang a banner there upon their exit. Daniel House and Anthony Collins got the offense going.
Great defense there by House.
House in transition and one. Good defense by the Commodores again.
Tough shot.
Yeah, that was even better offense. Collins from downtown knocks down the 3.
Defensive intensity was key to A&M's success. They forced Vanderbilt into turnovers and several tough shots. Vandy was having a hard time getting into the game.
Davis posting up on the block, working against Cornett. Tough move by the freshman and got it to go. Hogue got it.
At the break, A&M had worked its way into a 7-point lead, 39-32. One more half to a conference title. The Aggies were not going to be denied. Texas A&M came back out on a mission.
Gilder with a nice feed inside. Davis with the bucket. Gilder with the 3, yes. Another talented freshman.
The Aggies upped the lead all the way to 20 points in the second half. It would be too much for Vanderbilt to overcome.
Hogg on the show and go. Hogue with the dive. Davis. That's the future for Texas A&M. Caruso. Oh. This thing has blown open. Jones and House and Caruso, the seniors, lead the way as the Aggies win it by 9.
Texas A&M had done it. They'd built themselves into the class of the conference. And for these seniors, it's quite the ride they're on to close their careers.
All the adversity, all the hard work that we put in, I'm just glad I can celebrate the championship with my team.
I couldn't have planned it any better. For 4 years to finish Senior Day at Reed Arena like this is just, it's amazing.
Texas A&M, the lone star in the Southeastern Conference. The Aggies are SEC champs. When we come back, Billy Kennedy joins us on set. This portion of The Beat is brought to you by ASCO, your place for case construction equipment in Texas. We welcome you back to this edition of The Beat. Texas A&M men's basketball, 2015-16 Southeastern Conference champions for the regular season. They clinched that with a win on Saturday over the Vanderbilt Commodores. We have with us now head coach Billy Kennedy, and I mean, what an afternoon at Reed Arena to see you guys win that game, claim the championship, and I mean, cutting down nets. That's just the ultimate thrill for a college coach.
No question. At home in front of your own fans with 4 seniors, really proud of those guys, and my staff did a tremendous job getting us prepared for that, and it was a special moment for me as well as for many people, thankfully.
Now, the net cutting is after the game.
Yeah.
Before it, there was a lot of talk about how A&M hadn't won a conference title since 1986. When you have the team gathered in the locker room before opening tip, what do you discuss with them, knowing the magnitude of the moment that they were going to hit when they ran out?
Well, we took care of all that prior. You know, it was all about Vanderbilt, focusing on the game, focusing on what we had to do to defend them, what we had to do to execute offensively, and I didn't want them thinking about championship or after. You know, not results driven, but you know, the process is all us coaches talk about now, and what we need to do to beat Vanderbilt.
They were playing at a high level, the Commodores coming in, perhaps one of the best teams in the SEC at this time, but you guys had some sizable leads during the game. You look up at one point, you're up 19. Was this one of the more impressive performances of the year by your team?
Defensively, I thought we were really good. You know, we dominated them defensively, and that was the game plan. You know, focus on dominating our opponent on the defensive end, and I don't know if we really dominated them, but they got in foul trouble, which was helpful. They had a hard time guarding us, but our game plan defensively was different than we played them before, and our guys did a great job of executing it.
How special was it that after the game, it was kind of amid the celebration of an SEC championship, it was also at that time you honored your seniors on this team?
Well, we made the mistake, it looks like, the few years before, of doing our senior night before the game. And my staff actually came up with it, and I had thought about it before because I'd seen some other schools do it. We said we're going to do it after the game. We don't want them thinking about senior night. We don't want them thinking about the celebration or whatever. You know, we want them to focus on Vandy because Vandy's that good. And fortunately, it worked, and it ended up being a great day all the way around.
Those seniors mixed with some incoming freshmen that were so talented. The roster breakdown, kind of incredible if you look at your team. A lot of seniors, a lot of freshmen. Do have some good contributors in the middle, though. But
right.
They seem to talk about unity all year, chemistry all season long. Is that maybe the biggest factor of why they accomplished it?
There's no question. Our last 6 wins were a credit to our seniors really selling out to the team.
Certainly so. And with winning the Southeastern Conference crown comes individual accolades. We will talk about that and the upcoming SEC tournament with Billy Kennedy on the other side of the break. This portion of the beat is brought to you by Memorial Hermann, official sports medicine partner of Texas A&M Athletics. We continue on the beat with our head men's basketball coach, Billy Kennedy. Texas A&M crowned SEC champions on Saturday after their win over Vanderbilt, and now they are off to Nashville for the Southeastern Conference tournament. And Coach, when you gather for an event like this, it's always big. It means March has arrived. And what do you look forward to most when you take your team to a conference tournament?
Well, it's about the first game. You never feel like you're in the tournament if you don't win the first game. And so whoever we play, whether it's Florida or Arkansas, it'll be a tough one. I mean, winning the league, teams are shooting for you at another level, and those teams need big wins, hopefully to get to NIT or wherever they're trying to get to postseason. So we got to be at our best. The great thing is we're playing good right now, and I think we got a veteran group to go do it.
When you think about the entire league gathering, for years, people in the SEC discuss Kentucky and what they've done in the past. Florida's had a recent run of just great seasons and national championships. But right now, you think when you walk around Nashville and your team does, people are looking at you, and maybe it's the Aggies that go there with the target on the back?
I think so. You know, it's different. We winning the league and sharing it with Kentucky obviously is a big deal. I know from having gone to the SEC tournament when I was coaching at Murray State, just as a fan to watch, it's usually Kentucky filled with 15,000 blues, so hopefully it'll be some sprinkle of maroon in it, you know, but it's all about winning the first game, and we're coming in, like I said, playing well, and that's big for us.
And also as far as motivation, I mean, you're in the NCAA tournament, but as far as the big bracket, the field of 68, does seeding mean a bunch to you there, or is that kind of on the back burner for the moment?
You know, you can only help yourself seeding-wise, so, you know, winning the first game, getting to the semifinals. You know, you take it one game at a time, as we always talk about, but it's a new season, and it's a 3-game tournament for us, and so we got to be good 3 games, not 18 like the grind of a conference season is. So our focus will be on the first game, and I think we'll be ready.
Like I mentioned earlier, when you win the SEC championship, accolades will come. All SEC first team, it was just named by the coaches. Jalen Jones was awarded that, truly well-deserving.
Had an unbelievable year. Just really worked hard in the offseason and had a great year, and our guys did a good job getting him the ball, and he did some big things for us. Led us in rebounding. That's what I'm impressed with. The scoring was something he's always done, but to rebound like he did, it was a big help.
Also, I got to think about Alex Caruso at this time. He was named second team along with Daniel House in the SEC, but Alex was also named to the all-defensive team. CBS Sports named him the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Just an incredible season for Alex, the way he went out.
Well, people have seen now him for 4 years and recognize he doesn't do one thing well. He does a lot of things, you know. And I was glad to see him recognized as an all-league player, because I know how the coaches feel when you talk to him. And Daniel really came on strong for us at the end here and doing some really good things to help us win the Mississippi State game in a lot of games. So I'm really happy for all 3 of those guys.
It doesn't stop there. Tyler Davis, DJ Hogue, all freshman team.
And that's a good way to start for next year too. You know, really good freshman. Admon Gilder was right there also. I mean, we've got good players. Good players make good coaches, and you win championships. And so I'm thankful for the guys we got.
And certainly the last one we have to mention, by your peers, the SEC coaches voted this. Billy Kennedy, you were named the SEC Coach of the Year. That's got to mean a lot to you when it comes from that group of coaches in this league.
Well, it's humbling. You know, there's so many good coaches, and I've got a great staff, you know, and those guys have done some great things to help get me this award, but it's more recognition for those guys because they've done a tremendous job. Kyle Keller, Peter Warden, just Rick Stansberry, you know, all of those guys. Amir Abdur-Rahim, Mitch Cole, a video coordinator, Alex Lloyd. It's a credit to those guys, and not so much me, but I'm thankful for it. So.
Well, certainly, Coach, congratulations to all of you on that SEC crown. We'll follow you in the conference tournament and the NCAAs. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
All right. Billy Kennedy, SEC Coach of the Year, right here on The Beat. More on the other side of the break.
Crazy. The pass is down to Jones. Nice look. And guess who? He did it again.
On the baseline, House, 2 seconds to go, goes inside, put back, good! Davis hit a putback, and A&M won it!
How about that?
Together on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Welcome back to 12th Man Studios and The Beat. Saturday special for 2 reasons. Texas A&M beats Vanderbilt for the SEC Championship, and it was also Senior Day at Reed Arena. The Aggies honored 6 that would play their final contest in College Station.
I never thought about it. You know, I had high hopes coming out of high school, being like a one-and-done candidate. Never thought I'd be able to get a chance to live through a lot of great time.
You know, freshman year, senior year seemed so far away when Elson and Ray were going through that, and So, and now it's finally here. It just seems like it's gone in the blink of an eye.
I never thought it was going to be this fast. I'm really excited though, but sad at the same time that it would be the last game here in Reed Arena.
I mean, looking back at it, I would never imagine that we'd come this far, and I had the opportunity to do the things that I did while I was here.
I'm grateful for everything. I mean, you get better with time. Just like example wine. So I consider myself a wine bottle that's just gotten better with time.
I just seen the potential in the school and the way the people treated me when I came down here on my visit. Ever since I stepped in the Aggie lane, it's been nothing but just tremendous amount of love, and I love it down here. I'm really gonna miss it.
Just getting to know all the guys on the team, because I think as you get older in life, basketball, stops, but the relationships will last forever. So just the memories off the court that I had with these guys in a short amount of time that I'll cherish forever.
I think I made the right decision, and I mean the results show for themselves. We've improved every year, and this being our best year, I think it's really paid off.
I'll remember this for life. I'll remember the group of guys. I'll remember College Station as one of my homes.
Staying home, to be around, to be a father, a brother, a son, a boyfriend, and even a player through its ups and downs has been tremendous.
The friendships that I've made, the brotherhoods that I've set going forward, I mean, it's something that you can't replace.
Aggieland has welcomed me with open arms. I've made tremendous friends from different teammates that I've had here, and the 12th man has been great since I've been here, and it's just been one of the best decisions that I've ever made.
I cherish every time we spent together, even though it was a short amount of time, and I'm really gonna miss all of them.
It's just been fun. It's been an honor to play amongst you guys. It's been an honor to be considered an Aggie, and it's been an honor to rock with the 12th man.
Before we go on this edition of The Beat, I want to tell you about Texas A&M baseball. They swept Yale over the weekend, and a special moment on Saturday before it all started. At Bluebell Park, George Bush, the 41st President of the United States, was on hand. He was a former Yale first baseman, and after his time in the White House, put his presidential library on the A&M campus. Both teams honored him prior to first pitch, and the former commander-in-chief actually threw out a pair of first pitches himself. A&M donned red, white, and blue uniforms to commemorate the occasion. Yale wore throwbacks that were a replica of what George Bush donned when he was a first baseman for the Bulldogs. We have run out of time on this edition of The Beat. We thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.